The neon light of Asterion Station flickered like a living pulse against the void. Here, in the busiest trading hub between the human dominion and the Varkathi Empire, chaos was normal, drinks were questionable, and fights were likely. Captain Lyra Villanth of the Varkathi Dominion wasn't there to relax. She was there to prove something. Her blue-hued skin shimmered in the pulsing lights, her long, dark tendrils of hair coiling down her back like living cables. She was tall, nearly 7 feet, elegant and infinitely confident. The kind of warrior princess who knew she was superior, and she fully believed one thing. Humans were weak, soft, cowards hiding behind technology, which is why Lyra found herself accepting a bet from a human. His name was Ethan Graves. No armor, no augmentations, no genetic enhancements, just a human in a leather jacket, leaning casually over a bar table like he owned it, and that irritated her. Ethan caught her glare and, instead of shrinking away, he smiled. "You want to wager that Varkathi reflex challenge?" He offered, sliding a small glowing disc across the table. A reaction speed game, popular in the Outer Rim. Quick hands won. Slow hands bled, literally. The sharp energy pings could slice deep. "You won't survive that game," Lyra scoffed. "We can wager what you like," Ethan replied. "Credits? Ship parts? A drink?" He grinned wider. "Or a favor." The word hit her pride like a punch. A favor? From her to him? She stood taller than him by a head, stronger by evolution. "Faster by birthright. You think a fragile human can defeat a warrior of Varkath?" He shrugged. "Never said I couldn't." The bar crowd noticed the tension. Bets were placed. Voices rose. "Fine," Lyra snarled. "1 round. If I win, you leave this station and never show your face to me again. And if I win..." Ethan tapped the table once. "You owe me 1 favor. Anything I decide." The bar went silent. Lyra knew she should refuse. A human favor was beneath her. A risk not worth taking. But pride. Oh, pride was a vicious general. "You will regret this," she declared. They sat. "Hands ready." The disc glowed. Then, ping! Lyra's hand moved faster than thought. But the disc disappeared. It was in Ethan's hand. The crowd exploded with cheers. Credits exchanged hands. Lyra's mind froze. Impossible. He tapped the disc lightly, energy sizzling off his fingertips. "You hesitated," he said softly. "You assumed you'd win?" No one spoke to her like that. She clenched her jaw, fury swelling in her chest. "What is your favor?" He leaned in close enough to smell the tang of ozone from her battle armor. "Spend 1 day with me," he said. "No rank, no armor, no orders, just us." Lyra's heart did something strange. A stutter, she stood too quickly, hitting her knee against the table. A human? Requesting company instead of something useful? "This is foolish," she snapped. "A lost bet is a lost bet," he replied with a slight bow. "Tomorrow, Docking Bay 9. She tried to keep her expression cold, but something in his tone, calm, unafraid, unsettled her. Humans weren't supposed to be calm around her. As she walked away, she realized Ethan Graves had already won more than the bet. He had lodged himself into her thoughts. Docking Bay 9 was quieter than the rest of the station. Ethan's ship, the Phoenix Wing, was modest by Varkathi standards. Scuffed metal, mismatched parts, the kind of vessel that survived through stubbornness rather than design. He greeted her with a lazy salute. "Ready to begin the best day of your life?" "I doubt it," she growled. He didn't cower. He just smiled and gestured for her to follow. The ship launched into the star field, its thrusters whining in protest. Lyra crossed her arms, glaring at everything. Ethan hummed softly as he manned the controls. "You hate this already," he said with a quiet laugh. "I don't hate," she barked. "I simply do not enjoy wasting time. Then I'll make it worth your time." He angled the ship toward a swirling, iridescent cloud, the Seraph Nebula, a place most ships avoided because of unstable plasma storms. "You wish to kill us both?" Lyra demanded. "Trust me," he said, 2 words she did not like. But as they drifted into the glowing field, the ship's shield shimmered, casting radiant colors across her skin. Pinks, blues, golds, dancing like living dreams. "It's beautiful," she breathed before catching herself. Ethan only watched her reaction, smiling softly. "You've seen more battlefields than stars," he said. "That's a tragedy." His tone wasn't mocking. It was gentle. Confusing. You judge me too quickly. And you judge humans too harshly. Their eyes met, a spark. Not like plasma, something warmer. Before she could reply, alarms blared. A pirate vessel burst from the nebula, weapons engaged. Of course, Ethan muttered. Can't ever have a peaceful date. Date? She repeated, scandalized. He grinned. What else would a favor be? The pirate fired. The phoenix wing jolted violently. Lyra's instincts took over. Move, she ordered, pushing him aside and taking the co-pilot controls. Her hands danced over systems she had never seen. You know human tech? Ethan asked, impressed. I know all tech, she said. She rerouted power, initiated a plasma spike, and fired back. The pirate's shields crackled. That was beautiful, Ethan whispered. The nebula flashed again, illuminating her face as she forced the pirate into a spin. One final blast. The pirate ship exploded in a brilliant flare. Silence, breathing heavily. Lyra glanced at Ethan. He wasn't scared. He was looking at her like she hung the stars. Nobody ever admires a Varkathi warrior, she murmured. Well, he said. Voice low, I'm not nobody. They landed on a small moon orbiting the nebula. A desert-like surface, smooth and untouched. Ethan walked ahead, then stopped suddenly. Close your eyes, he said. She glared. I will not trust me. Again with that word. She shut her eyes reluctantly. Then she heard a series of beeps, felt a shift in the ground. When she opened them, bioluminescent grass exploded from the soil, glowing white and silver under the stars. The entire stretch of land sparkled like diamonds spilled across space. Ethan chuckled. Terraforming nanoseeds. Humans may be weak, but we're imaginative. Lyra slowly stepped forward, toes brushing the glowing blades. You wasted a rare resource, she said, but her voice was soft, reverent. No, Ethan replied. I invested it. In what? In your smile. Her chest tightened painfully, because she realized something terrifying. She was smiling. No Varkathi male had ever made her do that. No one had ever tried. They ate ration packs beneath the twin moons, tasteless mush, but Ethan pretended it was gourmet. He talked about Earth, its oceans, its thunderstorms, its people who fought like hell against extinction instead of evolving strength. Humans, he explained, survived not by superior bodies, but by refusing to stop trying. You think we're weak, he said, but we're stubborn and brave enough to love things that can kill us. She looked away, afraid he would see how much those words had struck her. Why did you challenge me? She whispered. Because, he replied quietly, you looked bored with life. Her throat tightened. She was a warrior princess, feared, respected, but never truly seen. Ethan Graves, a strange, infuriating human, saw her, not as a symbol, but as a person. Night on the moon was short. Dawn's early glow painted the ground in shades of violet. The day was ending. Their deal was over. Lyra stood. Duty called her back to the Dominion. Her people, her role, her walls. Ethan didn't reach for her. Didn't plead. He simply said, thank you for the day. Her heart squeezed. It was merely a favor. You keep saying that like you didn't enjoy it. She hated that he was right, and she hated more that it mattered. She stepped closer. Too close. His breath mingled with hers. Her eyes flicked to his lips, once, before she forced herself back. It is time I return. Yeah, he whispered, trying to smile. I'll see you around. No, she said sharply. You will not seek me out. You will go on with your human life. He blinked, hurt flickering across his features. Quickly buried, and it destroyed her. Goodbye. Ethan Graves. She turned and activated her recall beacon, her transporter locking onto her. Light wrapped around her, and in that final moment, she realized the truth. She had lost more than a bet. She had lost her heart. Varkathi capital. Weeks later, war loomed. Humans resisted Varkathi rule, too stubborn for peace, too brave for surrender. Lyra stood in the war chamber, armor gleaming. Expression ice cold. Begin assault preparations, her emperor commanded. Images appeared. Human ships, human colonies. The Phoenix Wing. Her breath stopped. Ethan was there. In the path of destruction she was now sworn to unleash. Her hand shook. Not from fear, From love she never confessed. She saw his grin, his eyes, heard his voice. Humans are brave enough to love things that can kill. Them. Lyra's pulse pounded. She was Varkathi, proud, strong, but pride was hollow without him, without thinking. She slammed her fist into the war table. I refuse, she said, voice echoing. I will not wage war against humanity. Gasps, weapons drawn. The Emperor rose in fury. You dare betray your own people? Lyra drew her sword, fire dancing along its edge. Dare to choose my own heart. She activated her stealth unit and teleported, alarm screaming. Behind her, disappearing into light. Stars streaked past as she stole a Dominion fighter and flew faster than she ever had, toward Earth space, toward him, toward the human who taught her something no warrior ever could. Strength isn't superiority. Strength is choosing love even when it terrifies you. The comm screen crackled as she opened a channel. Ethan Graves, she whispered into the static. I am coming for you, and instead of fear, she was smiling again. For him, for them, for the future she would fight for, at his side, and